really should be on menus once again.
Just wonderful. I can't believe the size of some of those fish. My thanks to Hugo, Arthur and Pete from Chalkstream Farm. Well, after watching that, I can think of no better opportunity to get schooled on some of the best of British fish. We'll all be digging in.
And they keep going, and they will keep going as long as they want, because the cut-off point is midnight. It's a 24-hour period that they can run their virtual marathons in. Some we met this morning. Bernadette started at midnight in Devon. Some have...
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
Let's try this again. Imagine one day you'll be able to take an ECG.
It already does that.
Really? What about detect our falls?
Giving goals for them. Maybe it's a time, maybe it's just completing a marathon. So to see those marathons happening is just wonderful, and the spirit, the great spirit of this human race. So let's get back down to that elite race, which as I left it, Steve Brown was hotting up. Has it stayed a little bit tastier?
It is getting very tasty, mainly because I think Kipchoge's been put under a bit of pressure. His pacemaker dropped out about 2 minutes ago, his last pacemaker, and the pace hasn't really picked up at all. No pressure on the other athletes. And then as soon as the pacemaker dropped out, this man here, Cissé Lema, you might not know him very much, but he's the 10th fastest marathon runner of all time. Geremu is the 4th fastest of all time, and of course Kipchoge is the fastest. But point being that he is surrounded by men who are running slower than they would normally do. Of course Kipchoge is as well, but that is a reasonable group there, and Tola is just struggling a little bit. Katata just going off the back, but looking strong. Kipchumba, the big tall figure, in second place. But Kipchoge not in control anymore, and others dictating the pace, which is not something we've seen too much of over the years, as that is definitely the style of Gray, isn't it? As they go past him, Gray, but Lema in front. So what do we think, guys? Come on, Hannah, you're looking. What we're looking at here? Is Kipchoge suffering? Is he just having a quiet time and letting them have their moment in the front?
He covered the moves slowly. I think Lima went to the front just as they came past the commentary box, and for 5-10 seconds I thought, oh, yeah, they're getting a jump on him, and then he covered it very slowly. So I think he might be trying to keep his pace quite consistent rather than surge. Yeah, that can really flood your system with lactic, and that's no fun. He still looks relaxed, he looks controlled. He doesn't, for me, look like someone that's scared they're about to get dropped. But it's great to see these guys throwing punches like this at the start and at the front, and I think every kilometre that went by and they got closer to the finish in a slower time, I think those other guys have fancied their chances.
Oh, absolutely. We talked about Geremu, Mosina Geremu, but there are 4.
I can see you are a bit of a showman.
A little bit.
Is that what you enjoy more than all this lot?
Emily.
This is going to be...
We could see a personal impact on President Trump as well, couldn't we, depending on how this affects him?
Yes, I think that there were criticisms of Boris Johnson early on for not chairing key meetings of the COBRA committee, the emergency committee that was handling the early stages of the pandemic and appearing to be a bit standoffish. That was strongly denied by Downing Street. But having had his extraordinary experience when he was very seriously ill and in intensive care, there's a feeling he came out with a different appreciation of the risks of COVID-19 and an absolute determination to ensure that it didn't get out of control again and that restrictive measures were taken.